Hey guys, it's Jed. I'm over here on Mrs. Claus's Twitter account, and that's at BusyElves Twitter handle. And yes, Mrs. Claus is associated with SCOTUS, or Santa Claus of the United States. Now, I know a lot of people have a problem with SCOTUS, and I know there's a lot of people that don't have a problem with SCOTUS. And what I want to say about all that is stop arguing, people. Okay, that's not what it's about. It's about becoming one. It's about getting information and then taking that information that's been given to us by the Anons and different people and disseminating it out to the public, to the American public and out to the public at large around the earth. Okay, that's what it's about. If you have a problem with SCOTUS, then you have a problem with SCOTUS. All I can say is just do your research and try to understand who he is. And once you understand that, stand on your decision of who, if you like him or you don't like him. That's your business. There's no reason to go into argue with people about him. Just understand one thing about him, and that he is keeping a list, and that list is there for a reason. But over here on Mrs. Claus's page, she posted this thing that says these mainstream media reporters took payments from Hillary advisors to deliver her talking points. And then we go down here and it says the crimes of the people below are fully documented, and they will face justice for the gravest violation of journalistic ethics in history. Now I'll go ahead and just move the screen around. This is a very long picture, and then so I'm going to zoom in on it for you guys, and it probably won't be very clear, but it'll help you to understand a lot of who these people are and what news stations these people are. They're just the Mockingbird media. And I have told you guys over and over and over again in several of my videos that these people that for 2 years who have lied to the American people, who have deceived the American people, who have misled the American people, will face justice. It's coming. So that's why they're panicking on the news stations. That's why they're scrambling. That's why they're twisting the stories. That's why they're twisting the narrative. That's why they're going after Barr. And by the way, guys, I know a lot of people are saying Barr is the, quote, stealth bomber. No, Jeff Sessions was the stealth bomber. Jeff Sessions came in, he recused himself from all those different things, but in the meanwhile, while it looked like he did absolutely nothing, he got all of the indictments sealed. All of them, guys. Most all of them. There's still some of them getting sealed today. But Jeff Sessions is the one that came in and did all the sealed indictments. He is the stealthy one. Okay? What Barr is the B-52 bomber right in your face. Okay? He's going to bust Spygate wide open. And the criminal investigations are going to come in. All the declassified information is going to be dropped by POTUS. And all of this stuff's going to come crashing down at once. But these people right here are going to face a price. And I'm going to tell you also right now, which I haven't mentioned yet, but I'm mentioning it right now, these shields on all of these channels that come through and hit my channel up and all the other channels up, they too are going to face justice. Why? Because everything is documented. That's why I do not delete any of their comments. I know many people keep saying, why don't you delete it? Why don't you shut them up and all this stuff? Look, that's not our job, people. Our job is to take the information that is given to us and disseminate it out to the public and to the earth, to everyone on earth at large. Okay, that's our job. These people that come along these shields, I leave their comments for 2 reasons. One is documentation for later, for when justice comes. But number 2, every time that they come and they comment and they say what they have to say, what they do is expose their own selves. They don't know any better. So all they do is consistently expose who they are and what they're all about. So it doesn't bother me. Shields have never bothered me. And here lately they've gotten really, really weak. And not only just weak, but they get so violent and so upset now because their narrative's all screwed up and they no longer have anything to cling on to, that they just absolutely expose who they are right from the get-go. So it's really become fun to watch them comment now. I mean, it really has become fun. And so you see all these different faces. Let's go ahead and look at what it says right up above there. Since the start of Donald Trump's presidential campaign in 2016, these journalists have been relentlessly accusing him of collusion with Russia to sway the election. However, we have learned that it was they who were taking payments from Hillary Clinton advisors to deliver her talking points to the public. Americans were kept in the dark about her crimes against the American people and believe instead that Trump is illegitimate and not actively working for the betterment of the country. Okay, so there's that, guys. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, over here on refinery29.com, refinery29.com, and what I want to know from you guys is, at what point does it become mathematically impossible? This is what Q keeps telling us. Why is it that for 20 years we didn't hear anything about JFK Jr.? Nothing. Nothing came in the news, nothing came on the TV, nothing. Then all of a sudden in 2017 we started to get some drips. In 2018 we started to get some, it moved from drips to drops. And here in 2019 it's starting to become a flow of activity concerning JFK Jr. Now my question is, why all of a sudden over the last 3 years have they begun to bring out and put into the minds of men JFK Jr. again? Why silence for all this time, and then just out of the blue, now all of a sudden they just keep putting these little things into the minds of man about JFK Jr. These little articles that just keep coming out about JFK Jr. Why is that? At what point does it become mathematically impossible, guys? Now this is what the article is about, that Kennedy reference in Dead to Me, the so hot, so sad JFK Jr. Okay, again, why are they dropping JFK Jr., JFK Jr., JFK Jr., JFK Jr., JFK Jr.? Why all of a sudden? Unless they're getting ready to reveal him. I mean, there's no other reason for all these articles to just keep constantly trickling out, guys. It makes absolutely no sense that for 20 years absolute silence, and now all of a sudden over the last 3 years there's been a continual increasing flow of JFK Jr. into the minds of men. Now this reference is referencing Dead to Me, which is a Netflix show that went out and spoke of, brought up the name JFK Jr. to hundreds of millions of people all over the earth. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole article, but it was on May 4th, 2019 at 12:45 p.m. Okay, May 4th, so just a couple days ago. And what they have here is a picture of JFK Jr., and then it goes into the article, and this is a very big, wide article. It's wide, so I can't really record it right to where you can actually read it with me, but I'm just going to kind of skip through it. It's a short article, but I'm not going to read much of it because this video is going to be too long as it is. You've seen Vincent Fusco, right? Always got something in his pocket. Anyway, you can read all this stuff, guys. It just tells you about the situation that's going on and what was said in the show. Like, I always thought he had kind of a JFK Jr. vibe, Judy says. God, Jen replies. JFK Jr. was so hot. So hot, Judy echoes. And then just so sad, Jen continues. Judy agrees. So sad. Alright. We'll come on down here, and there's just a couple things I want to read, guys. First of all, it says, it's a funny moment, but true to the show's black comedy roots. Jen and Judy's reminiscence on JFK Jr. also brings to mind an American tragedy. JFK Jr. died in 1999 when a plane he was piloting from New Jersey to Massachusetts went down over the Atlantic Ocean. Now, JFK Jr., his wife Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, and his sister-in-law Lauren Bessette were all killed in the incident, though it took 5 days to confirm and recover their bodies, per ABC News. Now, why in the heck? Okay, you're telling everyone that they died, all three of them died and were killed in the incident, and it took 5 days to confirm it and recover their bodies, and their source is Mockingbird Media. Okay, why doesn't it say they were killed in the incident, though it took 5 days to confirm and recover their bodies, per the autopsy? Because there was no autopsy. Why doesn't it say killed in the incident, though it took 5 days to confirm and recover their bodies, according to the investigation? Because there was no investigation. There is absolutely no proof whatsoever, no evidence whatsoever that JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy and Lauren Bessette died in a plane crash in the ocean on their way to Martha's Vineyard. There's no proof whatsoever. Any. At all, guys. Zero. Go do your research. I mean, even the picture of the body that they gave us don't look right. I mean, maybe that looks to you like JFK Jr. after only 5 days underwater. I don't know, guys. You tell me. Does that look legit? Does that look like JFK Jr.? And where's the other two? Where's the two females? Why did we only get one picture? Why is it that they found the bodies, they were immediately removed, they were immediately cremated, and they were immediately put out to sea as ashes? Now, and not only that, but why in the world will you cremate somebody whose religious beliefs make them to where they can't be cremated? Nothing adds up about the quote narrative, but the narrative is what they use as their source. Because they don't have any other source to use. There is no other source, only the narrative that was given to the public. Okay, we're going to skip on down. There's only one other part that I want to cover. It says, today JFK Jr.'s legacy remains intact as both the heir to the political dynasty and a prominent pop culture figure. It's a unique memory, one that can be honored by prestigious institutions such as Harvard University. The school named the John F. Kennedy Jr. Forum of Public Affairs in his honor, yet immediately understood as a shorthand reference by thousands on Netflix viewers. Okay, again, this information went out to thousands of people. JFK Jr. went into the minds of men. Again, it's just over and over and over again. But listen to what they say here. Today, JFK Jr. remains intact. Okay, let's read it again. Today, JFK Jr. remains intact as both the heir to a political dynasty and a prominent pop culture figure. Understand, guys, this is not a past tense verse. This is not a past tense sentence. This is present tense. Today, JFK Jr. remains intact as both the heir to a political dynasty, so he's still the heir to a political dynasty, and a prominent pop culture figure. Today, guys, not 20 years ago, not before he died. It says today, JFK Jr.'s legacy remains intact as both the heir to a political dynasty and a prominent pop culture. It is present tense, not past tense. They use the word legacy to deceive and manipulate. Okay, well, anyway, that's the end of the article. You guys can come read it. It'll be down in the show more part. Let's continue. Okay, now over here on cbc.ca, we have this article down here, and this is a trailer to I Am JFK Jr., the movie, and that's a trailer to it. And it's one of the quotes here. I'm not going to read most of this, guys. I try to keep this video a little bit short, otherwise it's going to get extremely long, and it's just too long as it is anyway. I could be a great man, John F. Kennedy Jr. once told his friend John Perry Barlow, but I wonder if it would be a better goal to become a good man. Now down here, it says at the Democratic National Convention of 1988, now remember that, 1988, John F. Kennedy Jr. made his true political debut introducing his Uncle Ted. 27 years old and gorgeous, it was clear that JFK Jr. was a potential political superstar. The September 2nd, 1988, again 88, cover of People magazine anointed JFK Jr. the sexiest man alive. As Sasha Shermayeff recalls, things changed. He had to be more careful with himself. Things changed. He had to be more careful with himself. Things changed. He understood some things, and he had to be more careful. We've already explained this in my other videos. There was he had to do what he had to do, guys. And I'm sorry about if I missaid this name. Tell me in the comments how to spell it. And for those of you that want to comment about well, all these YouTubers, they can't even read the articles properly, and they can't pronounce names and all this stuff. Guys, look, it's not about who can pronounce what or who can read an article well or anything else. What it's about is getting the truth. That is the only thing that matters to me. I watch people all the time on YouTube that can't even read half the article properly. But I don't comment about that. I comment and say thank you so very much for getting the information out to the people, because it's the only thing that matters. Love and truth are the only thing that matter. So anyways, guys, let me read this part here and we'll continue on. Under this intense spotlight, we're right here, under this intense spotlight, he had to endure a very public struggle to pass his New York bar exam. He failed on his first try in July 1989, which inspired derisive headlines such as "The Hunk Flunks." Still, he was able to work as an assistant prosecutor in the office of Manhattan District Attorney Robert Margenthau. He would pass the bar exam July 24th, 1990 on his third try. He tried twice, he failed twice, but he's not a quitter, he's a go-getter. He just kept going at it until he finally got it. And most people that try to take the New York bar exam will tell you that it's almost an impossible accomplishment. It's very, very, very difficult. And so props to JFK Jr. Well done, my friend. You never gave up. John was an integral part of the Manhattan landscape. Actor Christopher Bloa, who would later portray him in the film America's Prince. Remember, he's the Prince of Camelot, guys. He's the Prince of Camelot. He basically is the image of America. Okay? And remember Trump, a salute to America, on the 4th of July. Anyway, portray him in the film America's Prince recalls the sense of excitement that came with JFK Jr. sightings. It was like seeing Santa Claus. SCOTUS. Santa Claus. That's what it was like. Okay? You guys can come read the article. That's all I'm going to go over in this part. Let's move on. There's good info in here, guys. Really, really good info. Don't miss the article. Okay, now I'm back over here on this really wide article because there's one thing I did not bring up, but I want to bring it up now. Down here, okay. It says these traumatic events profoundly shaped the rest of JFK Jr.'s life. Breaking away from established family norms. Remember, we spoke of this. He broke away from family norms. He attended Brown University and discovered an affinity for theater, so he has actor abilities, which is important to understand when you go back and look at the plane crash, and then you go and listen to Todd Bergen and Joe M. and all the various accounts he's holding on all the different platforms and all the different things that are going on. But understand what it says here. He attended Brown University. And 88, and notice how they wrote 1988. 19 is really small, 88 is huge. Okay, 88 and Brown. So let's go find out what happened in 88 and Brown. Okay, so I'm over here on El Toro's YouTube channel, and I'll put the link down in the show more. And this video is titled "Back to the Future," 88 miles per hour. Now remember, Doc's name is Doc Brown. Okay, you got to start putting the links together, guys. Now SCOTUS is the one that pointed all of this out, by the way. Just saying. Anyway, El Toro, and this is Back to the Future, 88 miles per hour. We're going to go live. We're going to go into the big screen and let you watch it. Okay, guys, so here you have it. 88, Brown University. So 88 miles per hour, Doc Brown. Okay, JFK Jr. comes back in the future. Let's move on to the next part. And by the way, it was SCOTUS, or Santa Claus of the United States, that pointed this stuff out. Just saying, okay, credit it has to be due to who is due. You know, I don't take credit for anything, guys. Look, I take the information that's given to us, I make videos on it in order to get this information out to the public so the awakening can take place. And you should be doing the same thing. When you get information, you need to take it out to the public and get the information out there so the awakening can happen. Okay, we're over here on the White House YouTube channel, and the name of this video is President Trump delivers remarks at the American Farm Bureau Federation 100th Annual Convention. So we'll go full screen again, and we'll listen to what he has to say. There's two sections that are important.
A brilliant guy. He's very deceiving. My wife said, I love watching him on television. And I said, who? John Kennedy. I said, John Kennedy? I don't know. But, you know, I thought maybe she was talking about the other John Kennedy. She was talking, this is a man.
Okay, now, notice he pointed behind him when he said the other John Kennedy. So most likely John, the JFK Jr. was behind whatever was behind him there. Nevertheless, let's go on to the next part of this.
It was a total kill. Sounds so nice. In fact, I looked at John Kennedy when I signed that. I said, John, I'm going to get killed for this one. Because what we did was take something, the waters of the United States, how beautiful is that? And yet everything inside was a total kill on you. And other businesses, by the way. And we didn't get killed, did we, John, huh? We didn't. They love it.
Total kill in the waters. And they didn't get killed, did we, John? Alright, guys, let's move on to the next thing. Now, here we have a picture of John Kennedy's original plane. And now I'm not talking about the new plane that he bought and that he had some experience on, the plane that he flew and supposedly died on in the waters there just southwest of Martha's Vineyard. I'm talking about the original plane that he still had, besides the new plane that he had bought and supposedly died on. Okay, this is the original plane. I want you to see it up close. I want you to see that that is John Kennedy, or John, and it is red, white, and blue. There's some stripes here, and then down here you got the blue, red stripe, and white below. Okay, so that you do know that that is his plane. Okay, that is John Kennedy there. Now let's go look at it from a different angle, a better. Okay, so here's his plane. Again, here's your red, your white, and your blue, the stripes, and then the blue down here with the red stripe and the white. Okay, and this plane, when that he got here, he registered it, and as he put the registration onto it, he had dedicated it to his father, John Fitzgerald Kennedy Sr., or Jack Kennedy Sr., okay, nicknamed Jack. John Fitzgerald Kennedy Sr., John FK Sr., okay, that's who he dedicated it to. So let's take a look at it. Here's the registration number N529JK. Okay, so here we are on Wikipedia, and this is John F. Kennedy, and we're going to go right over here, and it says John Fitzgerald, or Jack Kennedy, May 29, 1970 through November 22nd, 1963. So May 29th is the 5th month, so 5/29. Okay, so we have N529, or May 29th, John Kennedy. Okay, he dedicated this plane to his father. Understand that, guys. That's important stuff to understand. Now, understand that the information that I'm giving you guys is the QAnon as a whole. It's the QAnon as a whole. It's not my information. It's not someone else's information. Nobody's better than somebody. No one's more important than another. It's not about self. It's not about any one particular channel. It's not about any of that, guys. It's about the information. It's about love and truth and getting the information out to the public. And so take the information and get it out there. That's all that's important. And someone, and I cannot recall, and please, if you watch this video, comment down below that you're the one that discovered this stuff, because I would really like for you to get some credit. And as soon as you let me know in the comments, I will put it in the show more, because it's important that you get the credit for it. But anyway, this is this plane. It is registered as a dedication to his father. So let's go take a look at some things. Okay, we are over here on flightradar24.com. This is a place that you can go and get information on any plane that is in the air or has been in the air. Okay, you can get the data on it. Now, SCOTUS, or Santa Claus of the United States, a while back had tweeted to everybody to let everybody know that when you're out and about and you look up and you see these chemtrails above your head, and you want to determine who exactly is doing it, go immediately onto flightradar24.com or onto the app and look up who is above your head, and click on that airplane and get the information. and then send it over to SCOTUS so that he can make YouTube videos on it. And if you don't know, SCOTUS does have a YouTube channel, and I'll put his link also in the show more below. But what we want to do with this site today is we want to go up here to the search section, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to type in the 9529JK, which is John F. Kennedy Jr.'s airplane, and we're going to look at this stuff here. This is a flight history, and it is a Cessna 182Q. Okay, so we're going to scroll on down here and look at what he's done here in the last few days, on the 30th of April, 3rd of May, and today the 6th of May. And what we'll do is we'll just quickly look at what he's trying to show us from the air. What these are is the play of the flight path that he took when he launched off the ground and came back to land. Here's the first one. This is 30th of April, and I don't know what it looks like to you guys. Let me know down in the comments below, but to me it looks like it is a torch with a flame on it, or the eternal flame. The next one, I'm rushing through, guys. I'm trying to keep these videos short. You guys can come take a look at these for yourself, okay? I'll do this one, and I'll do the most recent one, and you guys can look at the rest of them. What is this? It looks like a hook and a fish line, maybe some weights, or maybe a bobber. I don't know, like he's going fishing for the deep state. And let's go ahead and look at the most recent one so we can get this video ended. And this one is clearly, to me, it is a dagger. Definitely a dagger. Okay. Alright guys, so get in the Word, stay in the Word, and I'm going to leave you with one other link. I'll show you real quickly. I'm not going to do anything on it. I'm just going to show you it and get off. Over here is on IMDb is a biography of John Kennedy Jr. if you want to learn more about him. Nicknames JFK Jr., John. A lot of people say I shouldn't call him John. Fact of the matter is, my name is Jeremiah, and before I was even able to talk, I was given a nickname named Jed. And to this day, that nickname is my nickname, and to the day I die, whether I want it to be or don't want it to be, that will always be my nickname, and it will always exist. And so I call him John. I also call him John Kennedy. I also call him John Kennedy Jr. I call him all sorts of things, guys. And he has his height. And anyway, this is a biography for you. If you want to check it out, it'll be in the show more below. I love you guys. Get in the Word, stay in the Word, get the Word in you, and I'll talk to you guys later.